Okay, welcome in one and all. I'm now going to continue my 32 and 32 with the New Jersey Devils. And like I do with all my videos, I like to display the home jersey and the reverse retro. And this one here, it's kind of like a throwback to, I want to say when they first came in the league, they had all sorts of colors. They had the blue, the yellow, and the red. So for me, it's kind of an interesting concept. Uh, I don't really hate it, I don't like it, but it's interesting. I'm kind of like in the middle. I'm on the fence about this one. The other ones that they also had with that other one is if you look at the reverse retro from 2021, they had like the Christmas theme at the red and the green, and then their away for that would have been this one. So those two kind of match up, and then they have their jersey logo or jersey thing on this. I'm not crazy with this one at all, but yeah, I'm pretty sure when New Jersey first came in the league after the relocation, I believe, from Colorado, I'm pretty sure that they had like those colors on the jersey. So I could be mistaken, but I'm almost like 99.9% positive that they had those colors on their jersey. So last season, New Jersey finished with a record of 52 wins, 22 regulation losses, and 8 overtime/shootout losses for 112 points. They finished second in that Metropolitan Division, which was an unbelievable bounce back because they had a horrible 22 campaign, and they completely bounced back and had an unbelievable success. They prior to this past season, they missed the playoffs from 2019 to 2022. So that was 4 straight seasons without seeing any postseason action. And then the last time they had any playoff action before this past season was in 2018 when they played Tampa in the first round, but they got ousted in 5 games. So it really was very short lived, to say the least. So I'll just go over a few key offseason signings. So they have signed a couple of goaltenders. They brought in Calgren. Hold on one second. From the Maple Leafs. Where is it? Calgren. What is his first name? Eric Calgren. I do apologize. He spent the last 2 seasons with the Toronto Maple Leafs, so he could add a little bit of backup or whatever it is, depth on the back end. And they brought back Keith Kincaid. He spent time with the Devils from I believe 2010 to 2019, so I'm sure he'll be nice to have a bit of reunion of sorts with the team. He's been brought back on a 1 year, 2-way contract, so he could spend some time in the minor leagues as well as being a backup for the team if needed. And then a few other signings, nothing too crazy. Cal Foote, who spent who split last season with the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Nashville Predators, has signed on a 2-year deal, I do believe, with the New Jersey Devils. I'm just going to verify that and just make sure. Just gotta get my facts straight. Where are we? Cal Foote, yeah, on a. Oh, he signed a 2-way contract. So just sorry, a 1 year, 2-way contract for Cal Foote. They brought in Chris Tierney. He spent parts of last season split between the Florida Panthers and the Montreal Canadiens. And then they brought in Thomas Nosek, who spent last season with the Boston Bruins. So I'll take a look at their roster from last year, and we'll see, as always, who has re-signed, who has yet to sign, or who has signed elsewhere. So take a look at their goaltending situation. So last year they actually had about 4 different goaltenders on their team, but obviously they didn't all end up playing towards the end of the year. So Jonathan Bernier, I believe, has retired from the NHL. Mackenzie Blackwood was traded to the San Jose Sharks. So their goaltending tandem for this upcoming season should be between Akira Schmid and Vitek Vanacek, who both played phenomenal during the season, if I'm going to be completely honest. And then Schmid stepped in when Vanacek wasn't playing that hot in the playoffs, and he ended up help them in the playoffs. I'll get into their playoffs here in just a sec. I feel like I've said that's like 3 times already. So take a look at the roster from top to bottom, and we'll see who is where. So they have re-signed defenseman Kevin Ball on. Doesn't say how long the term is. Nathan Betsian has been re-signed as well. Jesper Bokvist. He has signed with the Boston Bruins. Jesper BRATT. He has... Doesn't say. I would guess he must have re-signed. I'm not sure why it's not updated on the website, so I apologize for that. Ryan Graves has signed with Pittsburgh Penguins. Dougie Hamilton, the big $9 million defenseman, has 5 more years left to go on his contract. Eric Holla, I'm pretty sure has re-signed as well, but again, doesn't give me the term or what he's making. Kind of odd for an NHL website. Nico Hischier, the captain, has 4 more years left to go on his contract. Luke Hughes has 2 more years left to go on his contract. His brother Jack Hughes has 7 more years left to go on his term. Curtis Lazar has 2 more years left to go on his contract. John Marino has 4 more years left to go on his deal. Michael McLeod has been re-signed. For how long? On a 1-year deal. Timo Meier did re-sign before the off-season, so he'll be sticking around in Jersey for a few more seasons. Obviously, the big acquisition from San Jose last year. Dawson Mercer has 1 more year left to go on his contract. Andre Palat has 4 more years left to go on his deal. Damon Severson, where is he at? Again, you think for an NHL website they'd have all the information jotted down, so I apologize ahead of time. I have no information on him. I'm guessing he must have re-signed, but there's nothing there. Igor Sharangovich was traded to the New Jersey Devils for Tyler Toffoli. Jonas Singelhadler, his contract did expire this past season, but he has re-signed for 5 years at $3.5 million, so he'll be there for at minimum of 5 years. Brendan Smith has 1 more year left to go on his contract. Thomas Tatar has been signed by the Colorado Avalanche. Miles Wood is also heading to the Mile High City, and that takes care of the list of the roster from last year. So I'm going to go back to the main menu, discuss their playoffs from last season, and their expectations going into the 2023-2024 campaign. So let's make sure I'm somewhat straight here. Okay, so last year, the Devils, they finished in second place, as I mentioned prior, in that Metropolitan Division. They played their arch rivals, the New York Rangers, and that was an epic series. The Rangers won the first 2 games in Jersey, and then that really put the pressure on the Devils. They went into Madison Square Garden, won games 3 and 4 respectively, went back home, took care of business in game 5. New York bounced back after losing 3 straight games, got the game 6 home win. And then when it went back to Jersey for game 7, they were finally able to put the icing on the cake and getting a much needed win against their rivals in the Rangers. Then they played the Carolina Hurricanes in round 2, and it just seemed like maybe they just used up all their gas in the first round because they just did not seem to have it. They had an unbelievable game 3. When they potted, I think, 6 or 8 goals. It was a huge victory for game 3, but they lost games 1, 2, 4, and 5 respectively. So they were out in the second round in 5 games. Coming into this upcoming season, there should be as much hope, if not more hope, for the Devils. I would not be surprised if they even competed with the Carolina Hurricanes for that top spot in the division. They only missed the top spot by a point. So it's not like they were 10 or more points behind the Hurricanes for that number 1 spot in that division. So as long as the team can stay gelled and can be consistent and stay be as good as they were last year, this upcoming season, I have a lot of high hope for the Devils. I believe they should, like I said, compete for at least for a top spot in that division. They should finish no worse than 3rd in that Central Division. So a lot of high hopes, a lot of high expectations for this New Jersey Devils. They're young. They got a pretty good core of forwards, defense, and obviously goaltending. So, yeah, if you're a Devils fan, you must be in heaven for this time of the hockey year. So, as always, like I like to do is if you like hockey content, I will be doing more almost every day. Hit the subscribe button, and we'll hopefully see you guys next time. Until that next time, take care.